I'm dropping the link to fucking
It's
every.
it's a special time, man. It's earnings season, bro. So this is when everyone's reporting. It's a
I'm
good
hoping.
time.
I'm hoping it's earning. I'm not earning. I hope you're earning. I looked at my. I tried to get my mom onto Robinhood. They are strict. I'll tell you that, which I'm happy about. But we got a lot of work we got to do there to make that happen. But I hope they're earning. I'm trying to get my mom set up on that 4.5 high yield savings account. I'm a big fan of high yield savings account. I found it today that I would only need to put $3,000, and it's a $3,000 vending machine. It's a $3,000 gumball machine, is what it is. Let me see here. We're fucking running. But we got a lot to cover. Just give me a second. It just takes me a minute to get through all of these. But it's effective, and that's what I want to be. I want to be effective. I'm even putting in this one. This motherfucker's gonna hate me. Here we go. All right, and I think this does it. I feel comfortable. All right.
Yeah, since you like your treasury bonds and high yield savings accounts, we'll have to talk about some other instruments that could be utilized in the portfolio.
Definitely.
Yeah, since my mom's older, for sure, and I do like the high yield savings account. What I like about it is you can withdraw the money at any time. It's just fucking accruing interest. I found out. I did the math on it, and you know my gumball theory. $10 a month. That's what each gumball machine yields you. But you to get $4,000 a year. I'm sorry, I apologize. To get $120 a year, it would be a $3,000 gumball machine. But that's what would yield you.
I would throw that into realty income. They do have about 26, almost 27 cents dividend per share per month. And so I'll just do some math right here on my calculator because I don't like to do public math. But if you went ahead and took your $3,000 and you went ahead and divided it by that 27 cents dividend per share, you would get you would be nice, honestly, because it's actually trading at about 57, which is pretty high right now, honestly, for its recent history. But if I went ahead and did 3,000 divided by 57, you get 52 shares. We'll times that by the 27 cents. You're getting about $14.21 a month, just putting that $3,000 into realty income. And they are what you call a dividend king, meaning they have paid dividends for the last 50 years, and they have not only paid, but they've increased their dividends during that time. And so they've only went one way. They only went up, and they do it every month. So I would actually take this gumball theory and expand this to the stock market with the underlying business that you don't even have to worry about. You don't have to grow the gumball machines. You don't got to go out there and take the quarters. You just go ahead and watch those dividends come in.
Yeah, I recently just listened to this guy on his journey of living off his dividends. So he has a couple, maybe 36 generational companies, Coca-Cola, and they all the ones that he's paid January through December off of his dividends. And that's a dividend lifestyle. That is when your money is absolutely making money while you sleep.
But I always love Laura's gumball theory because it really does stick to you, if you know what I'm saying.
Well, fuck. Can we start off with an opening clip?
My advice.
Let's get right into it.
Advice to people is if you got $500 in your bank account, go buy a Burberry t-shirt. They're the best. Like, go spend your money crazy because it's way easier to make more money than it is to pinch pennies, and its memories are priceless. I'll never regret going broke, but I got to go on a crazy vacation with my friends or did this and that. Driving your dream car at a young age is a very special, spectacular experience. So like, take out that loan, buy your dream car, because do you really think you're never gonna make money ever again?
That's what I'm fucking saying, Eddie and Britt.
There's a tiptoe to that, though. I feel like there's like the line of abundance and then the line of like you're just being a dummy.
Mindless consumption. we were just having this conversation about our young 20s, and we were like, oh my gosh, think about all of the bags, the shoes, the vacations, the night on at Beverly Hills Hotel, all those kinds of, experiences. But the compounding that we lost from that is insane. The way we were dropping money when we were kids.
Yeah, that dollar beer is $88 of your future. So you're paying $88 for every dollar beer you're buying, bro. That's the way it looks. That's Laura's terms. Laura will be like, wait, what?
Yeah, one thing I'll say is that one thing you should invest in is Rich Roast coffee. Make sure you're picking that up.
Need
Man,
around
where
soon.
do we pick up the Rich Roast, by the way?
You know what? We're actually going to be selecting just a few of our friends to send some bags out to once we finalize the bag designs. So,
Bro, fucking feeding your bags, bro. Eddie is airdropping you your bags. If I can make sure you get that Rich Roast coffee. I had to promote it. But yeah, no, I mean, the reason that I said all of that is because I think maybe this episode is designed in a way to hopefully convince you guys to come out to New York. I'm doing everything I can on my end to fucking pressure you, bully you, love bomb you, everything that we can do.
Well, you're starting off with a horrible clip, man. I'm already like, oh my gosh, these kids are dumb. Let them go. Let them go.
Let me see what we got here. Dude. So you guys saw what it is that we put together, not NFT NYC. It is happening June 2025. But this is one of the collages that I put together. But I'm excited to show you something else. Like I'm fucking so stoked to show you this. Let's see what we got here. Give me a second.
You should ask Alex if he wants to have a creator buddy panel.
Oh, that would be hilarious, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I think that would hit.
All right, here we go.
At least for the smart people, maybe not the degens.
As you guys know, what I did is I went ahead and I went for it. You guys told me you were in, and so I was like, fuck yeah, let's do it. So I rented a billboard. I rented a fucking billboard. You guys ready to see this motherfucker?
Real.
Let's see what we got here. Look at this badass motherfucker right here. Oh,
AI.
shit. Look at that. And I just want to point out, look at the fucking work we have done when you look at it. I mean, is that not fucking beautiful?
Iconic.
And both the posters are on both ends right there in the last 2 years.
Yeah, I felt so when I first put the collage on, that was the original image that I had posted. And I put it in there. It was like there was still this like long black areas, and I was like, "What the fuck do I put there?" Which is great because that obviously means we have more room to be able to do it. If we wanted to rent this again, we could. But I was like, dude, you know what makes sense to have there is the flyers from the 2023 and 2024 on there.
See, this is where you should have got me, because I would have said, no, put your giant Bored Ape there so that people who see Bored Ape, they would have seen it. And then secondly, yeah, I wouldn't have chose all those pictures. I would have kept it simple, honestly. On I would have kept the Cychrome logo for sure. Maybe even blew that up way bigger, because that's like the focal point of it all. But for those that are just catching up and looking at this billboard, like, what the hell's going on? We did this event for the last 3 years in New York, and it's crazy because it always comes together literally out of nothing with just the ambition of lore and a pack of beers. And we pretty much always head out there. We always take over like iconic areas. We were the first year we were in a dive bar, and the Empire State Building was still like right there. The second year, we ended up right off Broadway at a theater. And then the third year, we ended up taking over the World Trade Center, and it was like an iconic venue. So it was really dope. And we've somehow figured out a way to get all these people who are interested into crypto, and then a whole nother community of artists, right? Like people who do AI art or photography and stuff. And we were able to collaborate in this space to take over New York for a night or two. And then it was just that's pretty much the basis of the event. So
Yeah, and I mean,
Bigger rundown. I love that.
yeah, we're doing it again.
might have to clip that one just because that was off top.
Oh, there's more. There's a ton of them. Here, I'll show you another one here. Let's see what this one is. But shout out Ice World. Yes, the answer is this real? It is 100% real. This is drone footage from the actual billboard. And yeah, this is the event that's going down.
Good footage.
It is, right? I mean, it's
That's
absolutely
great.
100% worth it.
Where is that? What's the highway right next to that?
Oh, Highway 69. You know what I'm saying? That's Highway 69.
Like, what city is this in, Laura? Where are we looking?
It's fucking New York Times, baby. It's the Times Square.
I love it. I love it.
I'm like Donald Trump. I'm just gonna fucking start lying about shit until people believe that's Times Square. What do you mean that's not Times Square? Are you lying? You saying I'm a liar?
Yeah.
You're manifesting it for us. Manifest it. Speak it into existence.
I do just want to say it's unbelievable that this has already taken place 3 years in a row, and it's almost impossible that this happens with just a thought. You know, it all starts from just a small idea, and it comes into this big thing. And last year we charged for it because there was like free alcohol and there was like access to goodies and stuff like that.
The grab bags alone are worth the entry fee for sure, and all the swag that you get there.
Yeah, and we would obviously love to just do this for free every year, like the first 2 years. But obviously this comes out of pocket for AOU team, for lore, ourselves, and this just lives as lore in crypto because we've been in this space for so long. We're able to be around memes before the meme coins. We're here through NFT trenches. So to sit here on the other side too and look back at all the fun stuff, you forget that it's this that there's this much going on too. So you zoom in there's a lot of brands, a lot of sponsorships, and partnerships. Yeah, absolutely. And still, it's still 2 months away, and we've done a lot. So if you go search Not NFT NYC on X, you'll see a lot of the content that came out.
I still see some space on that collage for some sponsors. So.
Hell yeah, bro. So I got bad news about the memes, my friends.
Oh no.
I got bad news about the memes.
They broke.
You're gonna have to tell me, bro. You are going to have to tell me. So what I'm about to show you is very serious. This is important. Here's the thing. Look, man, in my opinion, look, I know this is a financial show. I get it. All right. We talk about people's finances. We talk about the market. The market's up, it's down, and we do that. But this is not financial advice, right? So what I'm about to say is fucking 100% not financial advice. I know we talk a lot about money here. All right. And we talk everything from a wise investment to a fucking meme coin, right? I mean, that's fair to say about what we talk about here. And my thing is that I don't care about money as much as I care about freedom. All right. Freedom is my number one fucking thing in this world. The reason that I want money is so that I can be free. All right. And so what I don't like is people coming after my freedoms. I don't want anybody ever coming after my freedom. I want to be free to do whatever the fuck I want whenever I want.
This sounds political.
It is. So that's where I feel bad. So check this out. I'm gonna present it to you, and then I want to get your thoughts on it. Okay. Let me see here. What do we got?
As a memetic expert, I got you.
Yeah, bro. As a memetic expert, that's exactly what I'm going for. All right.
Questions. Certainly yield for questions. Yes,
Gentlemen, you. Thank you. And so this bill is a Class A misdemeanor?
that is correct.
So what are the consequences for this? Could you explain that to me?
Well, you would have to, of course, it would go to the district attorney's office, and a Class A misdemeanor is, let me see if I have the actual penalties in front of me.
Excuse me.
Yeah, it's up to a year in jail. Yes, ma'am.
So up to a year in jail.
Correct.
I've been to jail. for 3 days for working. Do you think that that's a fair punishment for someone creating an image or a meme?
Well, it's a very serious offense.
Up to a year in jail, sir.
Well, we could do a civil fine, correct? And as of right now, well, going into session, there's 750 cases totaling $3.6 million.
Great Bitcoin tie.
Bro, what do you think, bro? Should we be going to jail for
Where's this
memes?
at? Where is this at?
Texas, bro. Texas.
Whoa.
Wow. Okay, so
You know, Texas has the largest Muslim population in the US right now. That's crazy. I would not think that would be the place to be popping for that.
I'll
That's
tell you
very
what,
interesting.
Ice World says freedom is key. Don't take my fucking memes, bro.
oh my
You
God,
can
that's
buy 'em
crazy.
from my dead cold keyboard, bro.
Dude, that's crazy.
So what do we do here? So like what so this is supposed to be one of the most conservative places on earth. I mean, Texas. Freedom of speech. What are we doing here? And do you guys expect this to be like something that could get rolled out at some point nationally, like they're doing in Britain? And
Yeah, it's happening in Germany, Denmark, Britain. People are going to jail for the stuff they're saying on the internet. Anything can happen in this America. This is where it's wild times right now. But not having freedom of speech right now or internet sovereignty, like we actually have some kind of social media credit score, that's a scary thought. Like we're in China where they can come to your house. You got this is everything you're saying on social media because you KYC'd onto these apps. You signed up with your ID, whatever. And now we have your license tied to these posts, these thoughts and ideals. I don't know. It's not looking good.
Yo, okay, so first off, that Bitcoin tie, super mad respect. I'm like, yo, this guy's whatever a NGO is sponsoring him must be giving him Bitcoin money because that orange tie is really telling.
that's
Secondly,
Horns money, bro. That's Texas state colors.
got you. Okay. So secondly, on this bit of the memes on the meme situation, this is I mean, it definitely gives like Black Mirror vibes where he's like, she's asking if a meme puts you to jail for up to a year, and he goes, well, like, let me see what the penalty is. Like the fact that you even got to really look at that gets kind of scary.
And he
but
didn't even find it. The guy came and told him what it was.
It did sound like he was about to say, well, like if you're an A+ citizen, you'll be fine. It'll only drop you down to like a C, and it's like, but if you're a D, you're going to jail. Like that it was kind of like he was going to go through a social credit score thing because he was like more of like, this is a bad offense. And it's like, no, dude, this is I think we just killed it because I feel like when you were a kid, the only time you ever got to see a meme was like a cartoonist. It's like you seen a cartoonist depict political overreach, government overreach, anything like that, and it was like pretty cool, right? And now we get that all the time, but you don't need an artist. You just need someone who has a good idea, And so it's definitely freedom of speech because memes are like the language of the internet and you can't really break past that. It's like if the way you can speak, if I don't have to speak the same language as you, like you can be from a whole nother side of the world and you can understand the same memes. That's powerful, no words, no anything, like just a expression of some sort. Yeah, that's obviously a language. It's a way to communicate. And so if you suppress that, you're suppressing freedom of speech for sure. This is crazy.
Yeah. I don't know if you guys want to continue it or what you guys want me to go through. Let this continue to play. Are we good there? What do you want to do?
No, you know what? I want to bring this back to investing because there was a recent video with Dr. Karp, who's the CEO of Palantir, and he was at a conference and some lady screaming from the crowd. I don't know if you want to try to find this video. It's pretty popular already on YouTube. It's, Dr. Karp, Dr. Karp and, a haggler or some shit. But anyways, this lady's heckler is yelling some stuff basically about like, you're committing genocide because Palantir is a technology that war contractors pretty much have. So we obviously have it as a defense for the US, but they are contracted with allies for the US as well, including Israel, which probably was what prompted that. And he straight up says, like, look, if your argument is so good,
So
then
that's it, the middle one.
then you should listen to this one right here. Yeah. What
I
does he
am
say?
not a legislator, but I am running one of the coolest companies in the world. And I'm telling young people, you are breathing the vapors
might
of
not
a
be it.
dangerous, new, fake, and self-destructive religion when you are
He does have
sitting at
bars
your
though. This
least
isn't it.
pretending
But
No, this isn't it.
he
It
basically
was from today or yesterday.
yeah, he basically says to this lady, like, if your argument's so good, then like listen to the other side. Because there you have nothing to lose at that point. It's not, yeah, I'm not seeing it there. But I mean, regardless, it's just something to say where it's like, if you're gonna talk so loud that you don't even want to hear the other side, then there's something wrong there. You know, there's like you're trying to suppress freedom of speech, which is what makes the country so great. Yeah, that's crazy to be happening in Texas. I thought they were like pro Second Amendment, pro First Amendment, pro every like what's going on over there in Texas? I thought that's where stuff was happening. They took a lot of companies from California. I'm sure Elon's taken a lot of his company's headquarters over there to Texas. So it's just
Support nuclear weapons and your AI. Support genocide. Shame on you. Have a heart of humanity. Have a conscience. It's all about money and power for you. Palantir, support genocide. You all are sick if you support genocide too.
Oh, that's a different angle than what I saw. The angle we saw, we could only see Carp's reaction and the interview's reaction. So they didn't manhandle her.
No, Brittany, that's what Brittany wants. She's like, manhandle the protesters. Now, here's what I'm going to say. What if this turns out to be like the warning? What if this turns out to be like the warning that everybody looks to and like, oh no, there were signs and people were trying to like stop, like, because you guys talk about all the time, like, oh, Palantir, great company, PayPal mafia, fucking drones. But now we're attaching weapons to these drones. What if
yeah, you will. He also says this too, and it's very important to remember. The number one way to get people to not fuck with you and not start anything in the first place is to just to have the best technology, have the biggest weapons, be the baddest country in the sense that everyone's scared to fuck with you, and that's the best way to keep peace. The other way that you could go is try to go, you know, gun for gun, missile for missile. But it's like at the end of the day, if you're not creating technology to protect your country for generations, then you're not really building towards the right stuff. So I also do find some internal conflict when I'm thinking about Palantir.
But also Carp is so I don't know, the balance of Carp is he's a leftist, but he's super nationalist, and that usually doesn't go hand in hand. So his ideals about politics, geopolitically speaking, and nationally speaking are very different than what the regular leftist or conservative would think.
Yeah, there's a few co-founders of the Palantir, but Dr. Karp is one of them, and he's been known to be a Democrat, vote Democrat, and the other founder is Peter Thiel, and he's been known to be a Republican. So
he's the silent money. We don't really hear from him as much as Carp.
And so you're able to get these because they're able to communicate. You know what I'm saying? They're able to talk ideas out. And that's why you're even able to get a technology and a company that could run this way from two different ideologies in a sense. But what the number one thing you can agree on is that it's America first, you know? And so I think that, yes, it is scary, but at the end of the day, do you want to be a country that doesn't have the biggest weapons and the best technology, you know? Or like, because that's the only thing. It's like, oh, bad Palantir, blah, blah, blah. So then go to another country that is not able to protect you when things really go wrong. It's like someone like Palantir is going to be able to execute things at the highest level, you know?
They're the new Lockheed Martin. They're the new popular ones to protest and to make waves.
Them, Anduril, yeah, there's a few of them, but it's like, I think a lot of this stems from just like, it's not, bro, game is not over. United States is not the United States. It could become something else in the future if you let that happen. I'm sure some people who lived in Ukraine or in Chimia or whatever right there next to Ukraine, I'm sure they thought they were safe for a minute until Russia came in and annexed them. And this has been in the recent like last 10 years. So they're not. This isn't no, stuff can still happen, and so you need to be prepared and you need to be strong enough to handle that. So, at the end of the day, it's the lesser of two evils. Yeah, you got to be strong. So,
Any countries wanting to beef up their weapon system, hit a Palantir. Purchase some Palantir stock if you believe
you're
in
an
war.
ally.
And they won't even give you technology if you're not an ally. That's the crazy part too. It's like
crazy. That is national defense right there.
So then you think about that, it's like you can never turn on us because your best technology is our technology, and he will just turn. I mean, you would think he would just turn it off on you guys, like it's done. But
right. I got a question.
That's why it's so important for us to have Palantir, because of the alternative is getting all of our defense from China, from places that do not have that. You don't want a country like that to have all of our defense at
private companies notoriously protect the world more than the governments anyways, because when you think about even back when Elon was pro-Ukraine, Russia attacked all of their data centers, their energy, whatever, and they had no internet. They couldn't do anything. And so Elon sent Starlinks over there to Ukraine. This is back when the war first started, 2014, 2015. He sent Starlinks over there. And it was for protection. Hospitals need to stay on. They need to have surveillance, right? But the moment Ukraine wanted to use these weapons to attack Russia, they sent out some secret drones that were like navigating with Starlink all the way out to like knock out some submarines and some ships. Elon turned that shit off in the middle of the ocean, and those missiles with no Starlink connection washed up on shore, and we avoided World War III back then because of Elon. And a lot of people don't know this story, but Elon had to make this call in like the middle of the night, and like people told him, hey, our Starlink satellites are following missiles that are going over here. They're going to think America basically declared war on them because of this. So Starlink made sure they were not a part of the offense side of it. They were only part of the defense side of it. And so things like that happen all the time. And private companies have to like figure it out and figure out how to not be in it at the same time, because this is obviously war. This isn't like games. So
all right. So now we got so I got two questions for you. All right. Do you think is there a possibility that Trump and Elon have a fallout, and Trump then takes everything that he's gotten, or I'm sorry, Elon takes everything that he's gotten from us, refuses to help us in any way, and then fucks the American people? Just fucks us in some way.
His companies would be decimated. His legacy would be decimated in the States. I don't see that happening. Also, I think they already did have a huge falling out. And because there's so much chaos in that cabinet right now, they kind of, for the media, are making it seem like they're completely good. Trump is saying that Elon's good to stay around as long as he wants to, but he needs to go back to Tesla. So it seems like there already is some tension amongst them with Basent as well. And they're just doing the best they can for media coverage right now. That's what it feels like.
What's your take, Eddie?
I think Elon for sure is trying to step away a little bit, but it seems that he has a really big heart for humanity, and so he wants to give his heart to you guys.
All right.
No, but do you see him turning like? If they fall out, do you see
Eddie's
I don't want a politically correct response. Let's get to the meat and potatoes.
He has a lot of power, but he also has a lot of vulnerability with just like with where he would be positioned. Because like at the end of the day, if you're asking for a company and employees of a company to commit treason against your country, like that's asking a whole nother level. And the guys that Elon hires are very, very smart, but they're not yes men in the sense that they're not just going to.
But everybody's temperamental, my guy. And
yeah.
Big wig MFers that are very temperamental.
Yeah. You got to be the one. Like he doesn't, and it's true. Like Elon has kept people around him and thrown them away after years of them doing service for X or Tesla and stuff. He's went past guidelines. He's definitely done that, but without any of his rebellious type of capitalism, you don't get things. You don't get products that he's delivered. You don't send people. Like we lost the people think that technology just like evolves because it wants to evolve. That's not true. Like, you have to stay working at it. And the thing is like, we lost the capabilities to go to the moon if we ever had them. I don't want to even go down the if we had them or not, but we lost the capabilities to go there. Whether we went there before or not.
How do you lose the capability?
Think about that. Exactly, right? And so these guys can't even get into orbit sometimes, right? It's like this, it got so bad that like Elon's continuation of
Billionaires are saving the country.
and he really privatized that sector to be like, well, we have to figure out a way to make you can't just send stuff up into the world, into the sky, and like make money, right? You got to do something good. And so, you know, he got the satellites going, he put astronauts onto the space station, like he was, you know, putting things into orbit. Like guys like Jeff Bezos couldn't even get into orbit. Like, yeah, you just might have recently seen him send up Katy Perry in them, but that's not, that's not astronaut work. Like, to be an astronaut, you have to do some work for mankind. And so they're just doing billionaire stuff. Like, what Elon is actually doing is like creating a service for humanity, because if you lose that technology, you basically lose the race. And I don't even want to know. I don't know if we won that race back then. Obviously, we showed a video that we were on the moon, but for us not to ever be able to go back and like repeat those missions, do something more, but whatever, that's obviously suspicious, right? So Elon taking it to look, I see the gears grinding over here, and Brittany, and she's like,
I'm just saying, if
conspiracy.
the person who was supposed to go said we did not go, it was a movie studio, we did not make that mission. I want to know why we didn't make that mission. If Buzz Aldrin is saying that to children, adults, it's on recordings. Like, come on, guys, let's accept it for what it is.
So Elon's getting us up there. There's all these rules and these guidelines. I don't know if you even looked at these engines or looked into this. I just finished an Elon book, that's why. And so he basically stripped down all of the stuff that you would think that you need for sending stuff up to space. And he went past all these guidelines and he simplified it to a very great commercial product where it's like you could reuse rockets that you could never use before. You can basically reach areas and heights that you couldn't reach for the last 40 years, which is just insane, man. Like, I don't know exactly all of the achievements he has done, but he's the only one doing it. Like, there is another one out here in Long Beach, actually, that's near us, called Rocket Lab, RKLB. They're a smaller publicly traded company, but they do payloads, and they are able to put rockets up into space as well. And I'm not sure if it's at the rate that Elon could do it, but obviously that takes a lot of capital. So yeah, it's a lot. There's a lot there.
I want to jump into another billionaire. Ooh. I got to be all up in these billionaires' business. You know what I'm saying?
My favorite billionaire.
We study billionaires.
Who are we pulling up?
Hold on. See, man. And this is why we need a producer. Anybody interested in lending us their producer capabilities and are reliable and can show up on a regular basis, we'd love to have you. We were on every Thursday at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Here you go.
It was reported this morning that Amazon will soon
My
display
favorite.
a little number next to the price of each product that shows how much the Trump tariffs are adding to the cost of each product. So isn't that a perfect, crystal clear demonstration that it's the American consumer and not China who is going to have to pay for these policies?
I will take this, since I just got off the phone with the president about Amazon's announcement. This is a hostile and political act by Amazon. Why didn't Amazon do this when the Biden administration hiked inflation to the highest level in 40 years? And I would also add that it's not a surprise, because as Reuters recently wrote, Amazon has partnered with a Chinese propaganda arm. So this is another reason why Americans should buy American. It's another reason why we are onshoring critical supply chains here at home to shore up our own critical supply chain and boost our own manufacturing here.
It was reported this morning that
So,
Amazon.
I mean,
will soon-
I got to get.
What do you think about it, though? I want to know what
Oh, you
think
want?
about it.
I think fucking this motherfucker caved. I think he caved, and I think it was a bad move. I think that he should have stood strong on it and said, I'm standing on business. I'm not the person that's charging you this stuff. This is what it's from. And then to call it, what did she call it? A political act? I thought it was crazy.
People are saying this is treasonous.
Chinese propaganda.
So I think that to me, that's crazy talk. To me, it's crazy to be like, if you do something I don't like, that is fucking treason. This is the let me mute this. Yeah, dude, but this is the way that I feel about it. I hope this fucking just keeps continuing to play. I don't know. What's you guys' take on it?
He's my least favorite billionaire. Him and Zuck, Soros, those are my least favorite billionaires. So I don't know. It's on brand for him.
Yeah, this is
no, for sure. I think Brittany brought this word up like months ago, and then I swear to God, when she said it to me, everybody started saying it on all the stock channels, on everything. NGOs, non-government organizations. Do you know what the NGO
I know
is?
exactly what it is.
Okay, so
I've worked in that world.
So how is that? How are you a non-government organization, but you are habitually and daily directly intervening in government organizations?
But that's not intervening, though.
What's not intervening? I didn't even say nothing. I just said what an NGO does is connected directly to government organizations. What do they do? You tell me.
Well, I mean, so an NGO could be anything. So like an NGO could be it's anything. It's considered an NGO because they're getting government funds and they are doing a contract on behalf of the government. Now, it's not like a private business. Any private business is an NGO.
I think we're talking about foreign NGOs,
right?
Not domestic.
Now that NGOs. I don't know about, and
those are the ones that actually have sway in our government, that actually have sway in what bills get passed, what we get lobbied, what things even get pushed up to Congress for us to be able to. All of that stuff is done by foreign NGOs, which are basically leaders and companies from other countries that own quite a bit of American debt and have a big say in American politics, American real estate, so much that it's absolutely insane and absurd that another country would be able to have a grip on us by way of business, investing, politically speaking, anything like that. It's just like Israel having AIPAC representatives.
So I want to bring up the investigation that she just brought up in there. So she said she was talking about the Reuters investigation. It was in 2021, and it revealed that Amazon partnered with the China International Book Trading Corporation. This is CIBTC. It's a state-owned firm, and it's linked to China's propaganda apparatus, and it creates China books. So everyone remembers Amazon as the old book thing. But this project launched around 2018. It offered 90,000 publications, including works by President Xi Jinping. That's Pooh Bear, by the way. Some of which amplified the Communist Party's narrative. And the partnership was seen as a strategic move to gain favor with Beijing. So Amazon's trying to grow its business in there. So even though what she's saying sounds crazy, it does sound crazy, because they're probably not working with propaganda places to put up those tariff prices. That might not have been the case. But what she did say is real. They do actually work directly with the Communist Party companies and their listings. So that's that. But that, I mean, usually stays over there in China. I think if something was to leak, if there was an email or anything that leaked propaganda coming over to here, that is treason. Like, you would not be able to tell Amazon what to tell the American people, because that's a little Benedict Arnold. You feel me? But the allegation that they actually do work with the Chinese government is not false. You know, that's real. And a lot of companies do have to play ball over there in China. That's a huge market. If you think about America, the reason people want to do business with us is because we consume so much. Well, China has such a huge population too. If you can find what they consume, aka cars, electronics, tech, stuff like that, you can import software over there and really put a huge influence into their population, which is definitely and directly watched or audited by their government. So there's like a blurry line there, but I think it's funny, like you do hear these and they sound crazy. I mean, when I seen the clip too, I was like, yo, this is crazy. Seen it a couple weeks ago. And my first thought was like, yo, that's a crazy ass response. But to someone who does no education, they might fully believe that
Yeah.
Amazon is now a Chinese propaganda company, right? But if you just sit back, do a little bit of research,
Zoom out a little bit.
you'll find out, yes, Amazon works with a Chinese propaganda company, but no, they most likely did not do that tariff move because of a Chinese propaganda company. They most likely did the tariff thing to be transparent with their consumers and pass down value to their consumers like they always have. And two things could be true, if you get what I'm saying.
Well, then can a third thing be true? Can it be that the Trump administration wants to hide the price impact that these tariffs are having on American consumers?
No, the world I mean, tariffs have never just like, this ain't new. Tariffs have always been around, right? There's different percentage of tariffs, but when have you ever just put a line to say, hey, these were the tariffs that were added?
When it
Never.
became, when it became
It's never been a thing.
5%, when it became 145% to be like,
Well,
hey,
that would be new, and so that's why I think someone would introduce something new and say, "Yo, that's kind of wrong. That sounds like you're like against what's going on in a sense. Like it sounds like you're choosing sides in a sense." But again, I would argue for Amazon, that's the best thing for the consumer to see. Hey, they're charging $10 more for the tariffs on here. Maybe if I hustle down over here to the store to where, you know, they got this mini market. It's not a Dollar Tree. It's not a chain. It's just like this little mini market on the corner. Maybe I can find what I'm looking for there, and I'm not paying this $10 tariff. And that goes back to not just buying made in USA, but like purchasing locally and stuff like that too. So I can see some good stuff in there.
but is it heavy-handed to call it, you know what I mean, to be like, yo, this is a political act, and like, I mean,
no. I mean,
especially when he's not even paying taxes. Like, if we want to talk about it, and he's getting so many tax cut rates. And
you know why he doesn't pay taxes though? Because he has businesses, he has write-offs, and he has incentive. He's basically going by the playbook
it's
of
legal.
the
It is absolutely legal.
So what's the point of
he's
bringing
not
that
paying
up?
taxes.
What's
I'm
the point of
saying
bringing
it's
that up?
cutting into his bottom line. It is absolutely cutting into his bottom line that things are going to be on Amazon for quite a percentage more than they usually would be. And it's all about the money to him. So whether it's political or not, it's cutting into his bottom line, and that's not for him.
well, here, let me ask you another thing though. I mean, Trump was pretty proud of these tariffs. I mean, he's pretty proud of them. I mean, wouldn't that be like, yeah, like that? I did that. That's awesome, right?
Trump is way too proud of them publicly. He can be silently proud of them, I guess. But the way that the Senate is speaking about this as America first, not America alone, that is what everybody needs. That's the page we all need to get on. America first. Yeah, we got to put ourselves first. We can't be taken advantage by every single country.
This is the reason
but
that
we're not going there alone. We want you guys to join us. We're not trying to isolate ourselves from the world stage like Trump has been trying to isolate
this
us.
is the stunt that Amazon pulled, to me, is the reason why America has a weak point. And our weak point is that we have no nationalism. In China, if they tell you, yo, the Americans are trying to fuck us over, they're trying to take our tips, they're trying to take our money, they're trying to take our manufacturing, Chinese people buckle up, and it's all about the family. It's all like, you make sure you spend that money with the Chinese family. You make sure you stop buying the American stuff, brands that you want. They stick together and they move in unison, and there's organization. But over here in America, because everybody has freedom of speech, which is the great,
individualism is ruining the country.
it's the individualism that comes into play after you bring in the speech, and people start talking like, well, you know what? Maybe that's not the right way. When in reality, it's like the tariff situation didn't have to even drag out this long. If all of America buckled down even for a month to just say, yo, we're just going to buy here and we're going to spend our dollar with our own people, with the guy selling oranges on the corner to the motherfucking flower dude at the freeway exit.
Who's an American cell phone company?
AT&T.
They're all done in America?
Oh, you mean the actual, like, building the cell phone?
Right.
Yeah, no. And that's the thing. But like, it's not like everything just stops though. It's not 0 to 1, bro. It's not like I'm just gonna go take my Honda and go take it back into the dealership and go buy a Cybertruck. It's, you just don't buy a Honda for this month. You know what I'm saying? You don't upgrade your car to that new Toyota, because we don't move in a unison like that. There's no nationalism. There's no organization. We look weak. we're questioning authority on a daily basis, which has its pros and its cons. But at the end of the day, it doesn't look good. And if you believe in your own personal economy, you're already doing the right thing. I don't even just buy stuff from China all the time. I buy when I see something very, very mispriced and inexpensive that I can afford on Amazon, I'll take that. But when I can spend with my neighborhood, or if I can spend buy American, I try to do that as much as possible because I understand how to cycle money back into my economy, my personal economy.
But also, nationalism is taught in Asia. When I moved over there, one day it was such a pouring typhoon. This girl got off the bus, gave me an umbrella. She was like, I was like, why would you do this? Like, it's pouring rain and now you're not going to have an
She
umbrella.
gave you her umbrella?
She gave me her own umbrella. She's like, I see that you're a foreigner. I don't want you to have a bad perception of Taiwan. In America, we'd be like, I don't give a fuck if you're in the pouring rain, and who cares about that? But they really do instill that in you, that it's not about you, it's about the nation. And because of that, their economy is so strong for such a small island. And that's how these Asian countries really do exist, because they're turning that dollar in their community 100 times before it exits and goes to somebody else's household. Also, bartering. We have no bartering in the US. Over there, there's so much bartering going on for goods and services that maybe it's
They
not.
lost that.
Yeah, we
That's an
really
older
need
trait,
to bring
yeah.
that back here. And you have to have a sense of a town and fellowship and village. And we don't have that at all in the States. And it's a lot due to the Industrial Revolution. I see that, I get that, but that just because that happened, we really do need to pull that back. It's important for the dollar.
And there's just a fine line with it. I just feel like a lot of people have went overboard and have got whatever, embarrassed, scared, bullied out of being proud to be American, and like that shit is sad. And I think a lot of people associate it with like, oh, if I'm proud to be American, I'm racist. If I'm proud of my country, then I'm somehow putting down some other country, right? And it's like, if you carried that same respect for your country as you do for these random other places that you've probably never been, I think that's like a paradigm shift that you need to have to be like, yo, I need to respect where I live. I need to respect the people who work in my community. And it does give you a better sense of like a tie to the country too. Like if you own the S&P, I always talk about owning the S&P 500. If you own the top 500 companies in America, it will lead to you having a better perception on the growth of America and like where technology is going. It's like, I'm not mad that we don't export so much stuff, because you know what we do export that's absolutely free is software. We export a lot of technology out, and that shit does not cost. There's so much margins in that. It's like crazy because you build it once and you sell it forever, you know. And our economy does that in so many aspects, whether it be from music to movies to we're doing crypto now, we got our content and stuff, and it just keeps going down the line of all kinds of things that we have that we export. And then that builds in all of our top companies that sell software too, like throw them in there too. So it's like you got this full cultural mixed diverse piece of assets, and the average person does not feel connected to it because they don't have any investment in it. They don't have they don't know what their social security is invested in, probably in treasuries. They don't have a retirement that's not in the S&P. They don't have all this stuff. And because they don't have that, they feel no tie to America. They feel no tie to the economy. And it's really what's
But also,
lacking.
some people you just can't keep happy. I remember like a year ago, 2 years ago, we were in a bull market, and it's horrible if you're invested, and you shouldn't be invested in the S&P. That's like not the thing to do, and that's just like, I don't know, not something that you should be a part of. And now 2 years later that everything's falling, they're all worried about the stock market, not even investing, but all of them are advisors and financial, like it's crazy. I don't know.
All right. Well, I'm glad that we've talked a lot about real business. I love that we talked a lot about real business, but I'd like to move on to some fake business if we could, unless there's any other points that you guys want to bring up. I get it. I'm
going to bring it back to real business every time. So
my African-American and Hispanic friends are now big time pro-America. We got to reinstate nationalism. I fucking love it.
Yes.
So, all right, but I want to go on. You know, there's so many real scams that happen. I mean, They can happen in the private market. They happen in crypto all the time. But I felt like we were due for a nice fake scam. Do you guys want to see a nice fake scam?
Yeah, what happened? I like a good scam where nobody got hurt.
I'm ready.
I can't wait to show you. Let's see here. Here we go.
Boss, okay.
What you doing?
I just need £100, boss. The £100. Boss, let go of me.
Wait.
I need to run. Huh? I need to run.
What you need to go?
£100 from your account, please. I need it.
Please. I'm a student. Yeah. I'm a student.
Well, you need it. You need
Please,
money.
I'm a
Okay,
student.
cool. I'll bring it back.
Bro said I'm a student.
Bring closer.
I'm a student. Yeah.
I'm like, yo, I got kids.
No, I took another one. I'm running away. Stop. I need to take the money. I need the money. Stop.
What the fuck, man?
Stop.
What the fuck, man?
Laura, you said a harmless joke. Raising somebody's cortisol levels like that is not harmless.
I'm a student.
I'm a student.
In this economy? Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
I
you're
just
right.
took
Bro.
100.
You
Bro,
know,
I wouldn't even get. I don't know what type of laws they have out there, because if that shit happened to me, I'd be like, you dumb as fuck. Like, I would look at my phone and not see a note. I'd be like, you fucking retarded. Like,
oh man.
like,
Yeah, no, I think you're right, bro. I think to some degree, we've got to talk about supporting the local economy, because here it is, it is really rough. I would say that some people go beyond not supporting their local economy and absolutely damaging it. This is something that I'm facing in my neck of the woods. And then we'll wrap up. Here. But this is a little something that I have.
what's going on? We get demonetized with this music playing.
Nothing's easy when
Yo, the bitch just shit on her car.
I did not get anything that happened.
All right,
Good.
let me
Nah, we're good. We seen it. Somebody pooped on a car.
Oh my god.
Look, watch. Now that you know it. Road rage incident.
You really had to go, huh? I would have tapped her and made sure the poop got back on her. Like, come
That
on.
was so
Wow.
disgusting.
nothing's easy when
Yo, the bitch just shit on her car.
I definitely have to flag that and make sure I.
I thought she was shaking ass. I didn't even realize
Nope.
what was happening.
She was. I mean, she was. But that's it. All right. I think that's a good place to wrap it out. Shout out fucking Turk, always coming in with the dink beams. Anything else you guys want to add, talk about, discuss before we go?
No, congratulations to all the Robinhood retail and investors. Yo, shout out to you guys. We didn't deserve the decline that happened after our great earnings we put up, but there will be some new products released in June at France's crypto event. I think that's ETHCC. I don't know.
And Vlad confirmed he will be at Bitcoin Vegas. So if you're out there, definitely say what's up. Take a pic for us.
Yeah, man. Make sure you're getting Rich's roast. Start DMing this MFer about where to get it, how to get it. I can't wait till we get it. Get those bags, bro. Yeah, man. Make sure to check out Not NFT NYC happening in June in New York at the Producers Club. And what else are we promoting? Don't forget 8Fest. Shout out to all of our sponsors for Not NFT NYC.
Shout out to everybody. Shout out to Public Board too.
Yeah, fuck yeah. Shout out Public Board, dude. And then I think we'll see you next time, man. If you enjoyed it, you enjoyed the clips, you enjoyed the discussion, we're here every Thursday night at 6 to 9 p.m. That's 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can find us on almost every streaming. Well, you can find us on X, YouTube, Twitch. I may even add Kick. You may even need to add Kick. We got to talk about that. My post failed today, but I'm gonna keep trying them. But until then, man, have fun, be safe, do community service. We love you. Peace.
Bye.